Good morning, guys. Rami here with your second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for Sunday, September 13th. We have somewhat of good news when it comes to the second stimulus package that actually includes a second stimulus check. We also have some news about the executive order President Trump signed to defer the payroll tax holiday, with the potential of it being actually forgiven, and also a trick that you should know to get it forgiven. Also, we'll cover quickly the status of the FEMA $300 unemployment boost. So let's quickly get through all the details. Right after you please hit the like button on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, so I can update you on everything regarding the second stimulus check and stimulus package, plus more money and finance news. So right now, as we are at a stalemate in the stimulus negotiations, some are still holding on to hope since it's an election year. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said there's a good chance they feel the pressure once they see the Democrats are not going to fold to this emaciated bill, which leaves so much out. The pressure will mount on them. And yes, the pressure is still mounting on Republicans, so no one thinks that the Republicans or Democrats at this point have really negotiated fairly and really tried to get help for the American people. So they both feel the pressure here to get something done before the elections. And Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary and the lead Republican negotiator, has said that the $1.3 trillion offer is still on the table. This is a great number and right in between where the Republican skinny bill is and what Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats want. I wouldn't hold my breath, but I'm sure there's going to be some more negotiations since elections are about 50 days or so away, and many of these politicians are on the hot seat and they don't look so good right now since they did nothing to help the American people since they passed the CARES Act all the way back in March. Instead, they went on 2 vacations during that period of time. Also, even though Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi agreed verbally on a continuing resolution to fund the government until the end of the year, which would stop another government shutdown from happening at the end of this month, sounds like since this was a verbal agreement and it was done before the vote on the skinny bill last week, there's talk now that that might not be the case anymore and they'll try to put some stimulus provisions to continue funding the government. Will be interesting to see what happens there. We definitely don't need a government shutdown during a pandemic and only a month away from a huge election year. Moving on to the payroll tax holiday. Right now, there's a new bill in the House that's aimed to get this payroll tax cut from September to the end of the year actually forgiven and not just deferred. Right now, the Trump executive order just means that you get an extra 6.2% in your paycheck from now until the end of the year. But if there's no legislation to forgive it, you'll have to pay that money back. So if you're getting this benefit now, make sure you budget accordingly. The tricky part now is that if you opt out or your company opts out and don't give you this benefit now, and somehow this bill passes, or if President Trump gets reelected and manages to get it forgiven in a legislation next year, you'd lose out on this money. It's not like next year they can go back and give you this money. So it's kind of a use it or lose it type of deal. So if you have a chance to take advantage of this benefit now, do it and keep that money in a savings account on the side just in case you have to pay it back in the future. But if it gets forgiven, then you get a nice stimulus check next year. Something to keep in mind and talk to your employer about. Remember, this is for those who make $104,000 or less, and it doesn't help those who are unemployed. Now, as far as the FEMA unemployment boost through the executive order by President Trump goes, looks like all states have applied now except for South Dakota, and as of now, there's at least 20 states that started paying. And those are Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Florida, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah. And I know that here in New York, they're supposed to start paying out this week. Also, FEMA said last Thursday that they have enough money for 6 weeks, which is great. This means that people would get up to $1,800 in total if they received unemployment benefits for the weeks ended August 1st through September 5th, and up to $2,400 in states like Kentucky, Montana, and West Virginia, where they opted to pay the additional $100 to make it to a total of $400 per week. That's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video on social media so people can get this important information. Also, hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos and new content for you. And make sure to check the link in the description for the SoFi Money account, which is a checking/savings account. It's not a stocks account. It's not an investment account. If you open an account using the link below and deposit $500, you'll get a $50 bonus. Then you can refer your family and friends and get $50 from every referral up to $10,000 per year. This is a great way to make a few extra $100 right there while we wait for the second stimulus check. Also, don't forget to get your free stock from Robinhood and one free stock from Webull, potentially worth up to $1,600. When you deposit $100, which is just like cash, you can take it out anytime you feel like it. Links are in the description below. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.